So what's booming and holding up in Bitcoin?
Yeah, that's right. Well, it really does come down to that narrative that's sort of been driving it since around March, which was the stress in the banking sector, the likes of SVB, Signature. That drove this narrative from crypto pundits that said that, you know what, Bitcoin can really be the alternative to traditional finance. So that is something that really helped the initial part of the advance, or the initial leg of it. And then something else that some investors are pointing to is just general liquidity, because that's around a 10-month low now. And so that tells us perhaps that you can have exacerbated moves in either direction. It just happens that it's moving to the upside here and looking a little bit more dramatic. But it is interesting, those liquidity issues are actually linked to banking stress, because when you had the collapse of Silvergate Signature, the crypto world was largely cut off from the US dollar banking system, and that hasn't really been replaced yet either. But still, yeah, prices above the 30,000 mark.
What about potential catalysts for further upside? Because I look at some of the technicals, they're starting to get exhausted. What other factors should we consider at this point?
Yeah, technicals into account, well, it does indicate that the first line in the sand, potentially the first potential objective, could be 30,800. After that, we're looking at 31,200. Crossing 30,000, though, it is very significant, both for technical and fundamental reasons, because it is the first time that we've seen this move since June 2022. And it does indicate to us, perhaps, that we've seen the worst of the collapse from Celsius, FTX, and the US regulatory crackdown. That is behind us. But it is interesting when you put Bitcoin in relation to the other big crypto tokens in the markets, the likes of Ethereum, for instance. That's up around 60% over this time. Ripple around 50%. But the fact that Bitcoin is in the lead, that tells us that a lot of the speculation hasn't yet come to those other more niche tokens just yet. And so it does indicate that USAF traders are still being quite conservative, at least for now.